Ah, let's go get the toilet. Go get the toilet! Let's go!
It sure is never grazing in the grass.
Grazing in the grass is a yes, baby, can you dig?
What a trip! Just watching as the world goes
Grazing in the
past.
grass is a yes, baby, can you dig?
There are so many great things to see.
Good afternoon and welcome to News Channel IB at 4. I'm Hayward.
And I'm Katie. Today we have a special segment on today's healthcare system.
The United States healthcare system is one of the most controversial in the world and is widely talked about.
As of recently, many complaints about the U.S. healthcare system have been made, and it seems like many people are becoming increasingly frustrated with the system.
The major complaint is the amount of money wasted within the healthcare system, specifically the amount of money spent when people go to the doctor.
Now here's a situation most U.S. citizens are very familiar with. You go to the doctor's office, whether after an accident or just for a regular checkup, and the doctor performs whatever tests, surgeries, or prescriptions you need to be healthy. So when the appointment is over, you go to the front desk to pay, and you're immediately given a bill that looks like it should be for something much more than your short appointment.
This lack of communication between the doctor and the patient is very unnerving, because the patient is generally not informed of what exactly they are paying for. In the office, doctors perform their tests without explaining to the patient what they are doing and how much it will cost the patient. Doctors need to better explain their actions to the patient. The patient should then discuss the risk versus benefits with the doctor before allowing any testing to be performed.
In any system where each patient pays for their own medical bills with or without insurance, many people think that the doctor should be more transparent with the patients about what exactly they are paying for.
Now, over to Weather for some facts regarding this important topic.
Alright, so according to this chart, 61% of people are not fully aware of the amount that they're going to pay when they check out of the doctor's office in a medical exam. And 31% only know about 1 to 3 times. That's completely unacceptable. Every patient should know 100% of the time exactly what they're going to pay.
Now we will check in with our field correspondent who is out at the Norman Hospital today, asking people their opinions on healthcare costs and their experiences.
I'm here today at the local Norman Hospital talking to people in their waiting rooms about their experiences. This is Jalen, and she's in here because her 17-year-old son recently got in a car accident. So what can you tell us, Jalen?
Well, my 17-year-old son was driving home from his shift last night at IHOP when he was rear-ended by a drunk driver. Drunk driving is a big enough problem as it is, but the hospital has been extremely unhelpful. They say that it will make a full recovery at least.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What can you tell us about your frustrations?
Absolutely. My son has to work at his job because our family does not have a lot of money as it is, and it's hard to make ends meet. I consider us an average middle-class family. It is hard enough to make ends meet, but after this, I know we are all about to be slapped with an insanely high medical bill.
What do you think about the cost of medical care today in the U.S.?
I think it is abnormally high. I keep up with politics, so I know about the U.S. I know that the U.S. has an exceptionally high medical cost per patient compared to other countries. My son is an average kid applying to college, planning to major in engineering, and now we might have to wait due to these medical bills that aren't even our fault. We do have private insurance, so hopefully that will help with the cost. The insurance, however, will never cover all of it, and I anticipate spending thousands of dollars still.
That's insane. How do you feel about the way the doctors have been treating you so far?
First, I think it is important to not lay the blame on doctors in the system. This seems to be an easy way out, and it cheapens the debate to actually look for real solutions to this problem. This is not to say that all doctors are perfect and that they should not be held accountable for their actions. It is just unreasonable to assume that all doctors treat their work like a business and are more hungry tyrants. Of course, I want my child to be taken care of. I just wish that the doctors would take time and explain to us what is going on.
Do you believe it's a problem that there's unnecessary medical tests in our healthcare system?
Unnecessary medical tests are only the beginning of the problem of money wastage within the healthcare system. The top 6 identified money-wasting areas in the healthcare system are unnecessary services, inefficient care delivery, excessive administrative cost, inflated cost, prevention failures, and fraud. Coming to the ER is always one of the most miserable experiences, even leaving out whatever problems that caused us to be here in the first place.
That seems to be a common consensus among U.S. citizens today. A lot of people seem to have numerous problems with the healthcare system today, and looking at statistics, there are far more people who are either neutral or less than satisfied than those who are at least somewhat satisfied.
Honestly, I believe it. Most people I talk to about medical care constantly complain about costs and other problems with the system.
Well, I think we're all out of time for this interview, but thank you so much, June. It was great to meet you. And to sum it up, the public appears to have some serious problems with the way the U.S. healthcare system seems to run. Back to you, Hayward and Katie, at the studio.
Only a small portion of people are satisfied with costs of healthcare today. A larger portion are more dissatisfied with these costs. Why are people so unhappy with the system?
Well, Hayward, nobody likes when money is being wasted, and that is unfortunately what is happening far too often.
Is there any way we can rectify these problems?
Like any problem, the issue should be examined holistically and then reduced to its fundamental parts. What exactly causes the issue of unnecessary services, inefficient care delivery, excessive administrative costs, inflated prices, prevention failures, and fraud? The answer to this problem is a restructuring of the system as a whole, and then, and only then, will these issues correct themselves.
That is a good point, Katie. Let's check back with our correspondent at the Norman Hospital to see what insight people there can give.
Thanks, Hayward. Thanks, Katie. I'm still here in a local Norman hospital, interviewing Tyler today with a broken arm. Do you mind if we ask how this happened today?
Go for it. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Tyler, how did you break your arm today?
I was getting ready for work and tripped and fell down the stairs. I know it was broken because I've broken it before. Came here and turns out I was right. I'm just waiting for a cast.
Wow, that sounds quite painful. But it sounds like you're going to recover quite nicely. Could I ask you some questions related to your visit today?
Absolutely.
What's your opinion on the healthcare system today, and do you think there's a lot of money wasted?
I think there's a lot of improvements that need to be made. Healthcare system's pretty bad. I've heard about 30% of $3.8 trillion is spent annually. It's a lot of waste, man.
It's a lot of money wasted. What do you think we could do to resolve this problem?
Unnecessary services should be refused by licensed professionals with respect to the patient. The hospitals have a responsibility to its employees to make a profit. However, excessive administration costs should be heavily monitored by an authoritative organization, and any wrongdoing should be reported to the proper authorities. Inefficient care delivery seems to be a hard issue to correct because doctors are humans themselves and make mistakes. Malpractice insurance is the answer to this problem. Fraud is an individual responsibility. All doctors are required to take the Hippocratic Oath to their patients, and fraudulent activities should never be tolerated, and the penalty should be a revocation of their medical license.
Wow, thank you for your insight on the issue of money wasted in the healthcare system. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Abby. Those were all good points. Citizens are clearly misinformed about healthcare. As seen in this chart, a significant portion of people don't even know if they have health insurance or what type they have. Along with all the solutions suggested by Tyler, people need to be better educated and informed about healthcare costs so they know how to avoid unnecessary expenses.
Yes, so overall we know that a lot of money is wasted in healthcare, and many things will have to change for the problems to be solved. Thank you to Abby and our interviewees. We hope you enjoyed our special segment. Thanks for tuning into News Channel Ivy at 4. Have a great evening.